It's in your face?
It's ruining the picture of Satan, like the Deadweight.
Start at Psalm 61. Psalm 61. It was too soon. Hey, y'all know I'll play when I'm sleeping. We going live in 2 minutes. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, make sure y'all share and also invite people. Get a Hallelujah. 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 Shabbat shalom, family. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, everybody on the live feed. We appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in. First and foremost, I want to give praises and honor to our Father, our Abba, Leon, and His only begotten, His only beloved Son, Yahushua Mashiach. I want to give honors and double honors to all the elders who are co-shepherding and serving the people in sincerity and truth, right? And then also want to give honors to those who are serving the people in sincerity and truth with a good heart and not for manipulation, right? Because we got a lot of people in the nation looking for gain for some reason, like they don't know what the end is. And so, as a people, we got to start changing the narrative, not changing, but redirecting it back to the original narrative, which is what? Love the Most High with all your heart and soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So we're gonna stand up. We're gonna open it up. We're gonna open it up with a song of singing, and then we're gonna open it up with a song 61, and then we'll go into the prayer and petition to the heavens. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yokah. Father, we come to you today, Father. As we sing the blessings of Aaron over the people, may you receive our prayers as sweet incense and a sweet Savior upon your nose at the gates of the Shamayim. Hallelujah. Yabarika Yahweh Veish Amerika Yahweh Boreya Elika Vikuneka Yesaya Yahweh Panam Elika Viasen Laka Shalom Viasen Laka Shalom Yabarika Yahweh Veish Amerika Yahweh Ponia Elika Vikuneka Yesaya Yahweh Manan Elika we are saying Laka Shalom we are saying Laka Shalom Amen. May the Lord bless you. May he keep you. He will bless you. He will keep you. May he shine his face upon you. May his graciousness come upon you. Hallelujah. 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 Let's count on all joy, y'all. Hallelujah. 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 So I'm going to say a line, and we all going to say together, count it all joy after each line. King. This is the book of Telehim, chapter 61, verse 1. Hear my cry, O Elohim.
Count it all joy.
Attend unto my prayer.
Count it all joy.
From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee.
Count it all joy.
When my heart is overwhelmed.
Count it all joy.
Lead me to the rock is higher than I.
Count it all joy.
For thou hast been a shelter for me.
Count it all joy.
And a strong tower from the enemy.
Count it all joy.
I will abide in thy tabernacle forever.
Count it all joy.
I will trust in the covert of thy wings.
Count it all joy.
Selah. For thou.
Count it all joy.
For thou.
Count it all joy.
O Elohim.
Count it all joy.
Has heard my vows.
Count it all joy.
Thou hast given me the heritage
Count it all joy.
of those that fear thy name.
Count it all joy.
Thou wilt prolong the king's life.
Count it all joy.
And his years as many generations.
Count it all joy.
He shall abide before Elohim forever.
Count it all joy.
O prepare.
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 Count it all joy.
Mercy and truth.
Count it all joy.
Which may preserve him.
Count it all joy.
So will I sing.
Count it all joy.
So will I sing.
Count it all joy.
So will I sing.
Count it all joy.
Praise unto thy name.
Count it all joy.
Forever.
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 Count it all joy.
That I may daily perform my vows.
Count it all joy.
Hallelujah.
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 Yokah.
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 Yokah. Repeat after me after I begin the prayer in Hebrew. Ibrahim. Avinu. Sheba Shemaim. Yikudesh. Shemka. Tabo. Makuteka. Yeaseh. Rezonka. Keashir. Keba Shemaim. Gambarit. Telanu. Elekem. Zakenu. Hayom. Umaka. Lenuek. Kovutenu. Kamoshigam. Anaknu. Makanu. Lekevienu. Waatevienu. Ledeni Sion. Elias Elenu. Minara. Kishaka. Iyamaku. Wagavora. Watafera. Leomen. All I mean. Hallelujah.
Bible, we come to you today. Blessed in your holy name, oh Father. Baruch Hashem Yahweh El Elyon. Ziba'o El Shaddai HaKadosh is right here. We call upon your holy name, coming to you in the name of your only begotten Son, our King, our Redeemer, our big brother, the one who redeemed us from our sins and spilled his blood on the earth. Yahushua HaMashiach, the one who sits at the right hand of your throne, Father. Hallelujah. We come in his mighty name, Father, thanking you, Father. Thank you for another Shabbaton, Father. Thank you for the friends and family that you brought around us in sincerity and truth, who love you as much as I love you, Father. I pray for many blessings to come down on each of their house, Father. I pray for the house of Bless. I pray for the house of Adiah. I pray for the house of Kanak. I pray for the house of King. I pray for the house of Zakiah. I pray for all my beloved sisters who understand what it is to be a daughter of Zion. Father, we pray unto you, Father, mightily, with a cry, Father, understanding the times and the season, that it is now time for the children of light to arise. It is now time for the real people of the watch to come forth, Father, and call upon your holy name. It's time for the wailing woman to cry aloud for our nation, oh Father. Please remember us in this time. Remember the covenant that you made with our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember when you talked with Deadweight, Father. Remember the covenant that you made with Moshe on that mountain, Father. Remember the covenant that you made with Noah, Father, that you would not touch your beloved children, Father. So remember us in this hour, Father, for we have sinned and we have done perversity. We've committed ultimate wickedness against you. We have profaned your name and have allowed the heathen to make mockery of our traditions, to make mockery of our heritage, to make mockery of your holy name. It was our fault, Father. It was our fault that we turned to other Elohim. It was our fault, Father, who said, let the curses fall upon our children. But we choose to stand on this day. We choose to stand upright for our children, that they may get the kingdom, Father, even if we don't. That they may receive the blessing that rain down upon this earth, even if we don't. That they may see the glory of your face and your voice, even if we don't. Blessed be all these children, Father, who will prophesy in this day, who will call upon your name in dreams, who will see things that even the elder won't be able to see, Father. So let us all call upon your holy name. Hallelujah! 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 Baruch Hashem!
Baruch Hashem!
Yahweh! El Elyon! Ziba'o! El Shaddai! HaKadosh! Israel! Bashem! Yahushua! Mashiach! Our King! Our Redeemer! Our Chief Shepherd! The one who died! For our sins! Who went to hell! To get the keys of life! And who ascended! In 3 days! And ascended upon the heavens! Who sits at the right hand! Of your throne! Who has given us power! And dominion! Over all demonic nations! In Hashatan! In his kingdom! We call upon you! That the Ruach HaKodesh may rain down in our mind, in our spirit, in our Ruach. On this day, we denounce all covenants that is made with the evil one. On this day, we renounce the covenant that you made with our forefathers in the beginning with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The covenant that you made with our forefathers in the wilderness. Let us keep your word in our heart. Let it rain down on our mind, in our spirit. Yokai. Yore wahe, yore wahe, yore
Hallelujah.
I'll be seated. Hey Taylor, can you grab me a paper towel? Paper towel. Shabbat shalom, family. We back at it, like tour addicts, as my uncle said. Welcome to another echadmalkut Ministries in the House of Adai lesson. And we bring forth nothing but truth and sincerity, and may the Most High, guide our mouths and guard our words if it's not of His will. Today's lesson, like I said, we was gonna talk about real history, real so-called black history. But I think it's imperative to talk about the topic we're going to talk about today because it's necessary. And so the lesson is called Slothfulness is Deadweight. Slothfulness is Deadweight. Why do we talk about slothfulness? What is slothfulness, y'all?
Laziness.
Laziness, right? The deeper meaning, right, of slothfulness besides laziness, it's hypocrisy. Doing the opposite of what you're told. And doing the opposite of what you're told, what we have to understand, I made this post this week, really getting on brothers, right? What we have to understand is this. A man who is not doing what he is called to do will not only harm himself, but he will also harm his family and anybody who's around him. And that's the most dangerous man or woman you could be around. Because this is a type of person who does not care about themselves, nor do they really care for their people, which that should be everybody's first duty, is their people, right? A good brother is one who what? Gives his life. I mean, this man is selfless. He gives his heart. He gives his mind. The same thing that Yah has required of us to give to him. He's really saying, I need to see you give it to your people for me to understand how you love me. Because my people are me. You gotta understand, my people, we all are a piece of Yah. And so that's why Yahushua was very specific. He said that you must become like this little child right here. Why? Because this little child, all children want to do, even in their stubbornness, they just want to learn. They don't even care what they just want to learn. And so what we got to understand, this is why it's careful. You got to be very careful of what we're talking about teaching. Now, I was speaking about this with my children. A man is known by his word. Think about it. The word was in the earth before it was in stone. Was it not? Before the 10 Commandments was on that stone, it was first put in the earth.
Okay.
And so we have to, this is why Proverbs is a cold book. We're going to go through Proverbs today. Because he talks about the power of the tongue. The tongue, believe it or not, is the strongest muscle on your body. And it has the power to speak life or death. And this is what men have to understand, because the very man that you're trying to replicate or be in his likeness and image, he showed you how to obtain this power by your word. But it all starts in your heart.
Say that again now.
So I was saying was, the very man we're trying to replicate, he gave us the tools on how to obtain the very power that he has. It's a specific reason he said ye are gods. Of course, lowercase. We ain't him. But what he was saying was, you are the power of the earth. That's right. I actually chose you to replicate me. Not for you to think about yourself and get all these riches, but you're supposed to replicate me on this earth so that the whole entire nations know who I am. Yeah. Why you think he kept saying, I am the God? Right. I'm the one who led you out of Egypt. I'm the one who flooded this earth. Huh? And he's so humble, he even said, yeah, I've repented too for certain things. Because he's showing us how to be stern but have compassion. And understand that work must come first. You got to understand, we were just talking about this before we went live. We got to pay our dues. You got to pay the dues of your own sins. You got to pay the dues of your parents' sins. You got to pay the dues of your forefathers' sins. And ultimately, you got to pay the dues of Adam. He said, man shall work to the sweat of their eyebrow. So if you think you're going to be slothful and not pay your debt, I can confidently say you a fool. Because you got to pay somehow, some way. And for those who are doing the work, you better get gone. Because the Most High ain't playing in this hour. He's striking everything down and they ain't moving. You see what I said? That ain't moving. That ain't moving. So if you want to keep going and reach that key, you better keep moving straight and narrow. Don't try to go to the right. Don't try to go to the left. Straight shot. That's it. And you surround yourself by people who are like-minded, who really hobby you or have you. So when you want to go left, I can't because I got my brother. Like, get your butt back in line. I can't go right because now he's telling me, nah, you gonna stay right here with me. You see, we join hands together so we stay the course, and that's what we gotta understand. And so what we have to understand is this: if you truly love your brother, it's better for you to rebuke and purge them than y'all.
Right.
Because guess what? If you allow slothfulness, you are also slothful. And you have approved of that slothfulness. And Leviticus 5 says what? Those who hear swearing. If you in the midst of sin, you see it, you hear it. And you have not uttered it. First and foremost to the person who's doing it, you also receive that too. That's on your charge too. Now, I went through this with my daughter. Ezekiel 34. Right? Ultimately, it was our command. It was commanded to us to warn. Right? It said what? If you see it, and I'm paraphrasing, you see a sinful man, right? And you know his judgment, and if you don't speak, he's still gonna die. But guess what? Now his blood is a cry on your hands. But if you warn that wicked man, and you tell him, and he still wants to do what he do, he's gonna die. Now you delivered yourself. So you gotta understand, this is two-edged sword. You think because you keeping the commandments, you good. No. You gotta make up. You got to make up for what your forefathers did. So that means you got to be the messenger, unfortunately and fortunately. Because you got the good news, right? You got the good news. Unfortunately, the good news comes with persecution. But guess what? I'd rather take persecution from my own people than y'all. It hurts when your mother's saying you crazy, you in a cult, you in a religion, you in all this other stuff. Carrying the same book as you. It hurt. But guess what? You're showing her really how much you love her because you want her to receive salvation like you. And so with that being said, if we're going to do this thing together called tribalism or being the saints of Yah or service of disciples, we got to work together. There's no way, unless you're a prophet or ordained prophet, there was no way you working by yourself. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Besides the prophets, who else worked by themselves?
And they didn't work by themselves.
And they didn't even work by themselves like that. But the point, they did have to carry that prophecy out by themselves. And so, if that's the life you live in, where you separate yourself, where you think you ain't got to join your people, I better see some results in that prophecy. I better see it. Because slothfulness will not get you into the kingdom. And slothfulness is dead weight. It's worse than dumb. Worse than dumb. At least with some dumb, you kind of take the stink away for a little bit. But a slothful man, you can't fix that. Only Yah. And his heart better be open to fix it. So let's see what slothfulness is. So, going back to it, the Hebrew word for slothfulness is atzel. The Strong's is H6102. Atzel. So it meant in Hebrew, and this was a killer. This first definition was a killer. It said indolent. Anybody know what indolent means? It means to avoid activity. Wow. Oh, so you choosing to not do nothing. You choosing to be slothful. Even when you getting a warning to do something, you choosing to avoid actually doing some work and putting your hand to the plow. The next definition was sluggard. Anybody know what that means? Anybody?
Slow procrastinating.
What do you mean?
Like slow, like down and out, right?
Not down, down.
Yeah, like a procrastinator.
Procrastinator. Something. It's even something worse than that.
It's a simile.
It's an habitual lazy person. You know what habitual mean, right? You just constantly lazy. You just constantly don't even get up and brush your teeth anymore. You just constantly walk past your people and not see if they alright. You just constantly, perfect word, you was a bum. I got other words, but it's shot by, so I ain't gonna say it. I got some other words to say, but you a bum.
Homosexual.
Right. You just love yourself. You're a lover of yourself. And then you want to blame everybody else around you why you slothful. Oh, I can't get past in life because this person did this. I can't get past because my wife just won't let me be a man. I can't get past because my husband's breaking the commandments and it just, I don't know what to do. No. Listen, let me tell you. We got a duty. Whether you like it or not, you was actually born with a purpose. And not for your own purpose.
Yeah.
We got this thing of, I'm self-made and independent. You ain't self-made. Because you can be controlled by somebody. Somebody has given you that ideology to think that that was self-made. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's here for a purpose. I'm telling you, this life is short. It's very short. But that eternal fire, oh buddy, that's forever. That's forever. We were just reading over 2nd Ezra 7. Let's talk about the torments. Let's talk about the quiet place. You understand? After this is life. You understand that? We are flesh. This flesh is just like an avatar. It's just hosting your spirit. But guess what? When this body dies, your spirit still lives. Oh, and greater than that is your spirit is more sensitive and attuned to what's really going on in the spiritual realm. So everything you was sinning and everything that was tormenting you this life will get 7 times worse if you ain't doing the right thing. Stagnation is slothfulness. So if you're not moving, and I gave my children an example, every day you should be better than you was yesterday. Every month you should be better than you were. Every year, if you're the same person last year, going into this year, then you truly have not purged the leaven out your system. And what you're actually doing is holding our nation back. Why is that? Because we are judged by as a nation. And so this is why y'all said we gotta cut off 2/3. Somebody gotta preach the gospel. Somebody gotta get a good news. But 2/3 of you Negroes just got to go. I can't do it no more. You gotta go. I don't know what else to do with you. I mean, I done repented. I done give you chance after chance. I done showed you my miracles. You done seen my son walk on water. You done seen him roll in 3 days. And you still don't get it. You done been through 400 years of bondage and you still living and you don't get it. What else is it going to take? The lake of fire. And so the other one, yes, it was lazy. Let's go to Proverbs 15 and 19. Proverbs 15 and 19. We got to make choices, y'all. And this is the thing. This thing about it is, you have to make a choice. If you actually love your people like that and you know you just ain't there, it's just best for you to just move out the way for the time being. Because people's lives is at stake. It's only so much a person can give when you start draining them. Especially when it comes to brothers. Brothers got families. And it's already, he got to put the majority of his energy in them. Because he got to leave an inheritance for them. He got to leave something behind for his children. And so when it comes to us coming together, we got to, what does Scripture say? Consider the cost. We got to do a better job of evaluating people before letting them in the presence of our home. Because a man or a woman can destroy a house that quickly. It ain't just women. Believe it or not, brothers, it ain't just women that destroy houses. Brothers do too. And usually it's because they caught in their own way. And they haven't forgiven themselves or whoever hurt them in their childhood. And so now everybody else, because they have not forgiven them, is a reflection of what they went through. And I can attest to that because I used to do that with my mom. Went through some things with my mom. We got a really good relationship now. But before then, before I really forgave her, if I had saw a piece of my mom in a woman, oh yeah, you gonna have to go ahead and slide about. We can't even work together. And I found myself not only hurting people, but trying to bury my own hurt. Because I didn't want to accept, you know what, I got a problem. I got a problem. And that's all the Father wants to, he loves a broken and contrite heart. He can't deny a broken spirit. It's just your pride getting in the way of you. Pride is the beginning of a man's fall. Pride is not just you boasting about who you are and what you got. Pride is you just not admitting that you got some things you got to work on. We all really got some things to work on. Whether you believe it or not, we all ain't did enough work yet. Some of us ain't even hit a 10-year mark in this walk. I mean, we got 20 plus years to make up for still. The first step of healing is, we are broken people. We are literally suffering from what our ancestors went through. Whether that started at 16, 19, 15, 25. That same pain that they felt mentally, we have inherited in this time. That same trauma of a woman feeling like a man won't protect her. Our sisters are still going through it. Our brothers feeling like the whole world is against him. Not even his woman is for him. It's still going on this time. There's no need for the whips no more. No need for the chains. And we're doing it to ourselves. And we don't even see it. We don't see the repetitiveness of how we keep ruining relationships with people and burning bridges. We just don't see it because we don't want to see it. But there's going to become a time when Yah humbles you so much you ain't going to have nowhere to turn. And the very help you need, he going to turn you right back to the very people you forsook. That's why we got to start getting this thing together when it comes to forsaking our family and becoming this truth. In a way that we burn bridges. Because no matter if your family, your mother, or your father is not in truth or not, the top commandment was what? Honor thy father and thy mother. It tells you in Sirach too. You know, don't get so weary or and I'm paraphrasing, try to push your father away even in his illness. Because when the time comes, when it is time, because think about the fathers, he'll open up a time. If you be just that patient, he'll open up a time when they actually want to listen. You just gotta wait. But because you just been forced into this certain doctrine or regurgitation level of how to bring this truth, not only have you ruined relationships and burned bridges, but now you gotta work double time to repair it. And by that time, they probably just don't want to hear it no more. And you ain't got nobody to blame except yourself. Proverbs 15:19. Watch this.
The way of the slothful man is as an hedge of thorns.
The way of a slothful man is as a hedge of thorns. What does that mean? Hedge of thorns. What is a hedge? It's a bush, right? Or also protection or covering. So to be in the presence of a slothful man is like you being covered with thorns. It hurts. It's painful. You got to go through trauma. And you don't know if you're going to come out that relationship or friendship the same. That's what it is to be around a slothful man. He's like a hedge of thorns. It's nothing but pain. And if you stay long enough, it could even be your life. Come on.
But the way of the righteous is made plain.
The way of the righteous man, it's very simple. What? Keep the law, statutes, commandments. Keep the whole duty of man. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. We make the simple things too hard. But then we try to intelligently make it seem like it's just out of this world. Right. All it takes is you stop being a dang liar. Stop stealing. Stop using people. Stop being lazy. Do some work. You a man, right? Do some work. Stop trying to take up people's time until you find the next person to do it to. Because that's what happens. But the righteous man plain. Abraham like, look, I know this is about to be mine. I ain't about to even go sit here and yell, it's going to be mine. I'm about to take the kingdom. No, I know it's going to be mine. I'm going to just play it cool. I'm going to follow my Abu. I'm going to just wait my time. Even if I don't get it, I already know my Abba going to deliver it to my children. Abraham's way was made plain. Leave your country, take your wife, set up shop. All you need to do is scope it. I promise you going to get it, though. He didn't make it too hard for him. The only person who made it hard for him was Lot. He tried to tell Lot, bro, okay, since you want to make this difficult, you just go your head, you go your way. Matter of fact, I'm not going to even argue with you. I'm going to let you go your way. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you choose what part you want. So we ain't got to go through this. We shouldn't even be arguing. That's a plain man. Why we got to make this difficult? You choose that side, I choose that. Or you go here. You take that spot, I go here. But at the end of the day, I still love you.
Humble man.
Humble. Humble with humility. Simple. But look at the difficult one. What happened to him? Silly goose got kidnapped. Got taken up. Guess who came to save him? The plain man. And Abraham like, bro, I tried to tell you, bro. I tried to tell you, just be humble, bro. Just listen to what I'm saying. Now look at you. You got kidnapped. The city that you went to got destroyed. Your wife done got killed. And that's the key point. That's what happens when you deal with slothful people. They kill people around them. Yeah. Spiritually or physically. And so this is why we got to prove people, man. Look at the report of them. Look at the history. Okay, you came from this camp. Okay, what happened? Oh, you just had a disagreement, huh? That's it? It was him, right? Okay. Okay, but you know what happened in that relationship? Oh, they ain't want to listen to you? Oh, nobody, okay. I just see this routine. Nobody wants to listen to you, so. Who is it? Nobody wants to hear you out. Your whole life on this earth, nobody heard you. Or have you considered yourself before you judge them? Proverbs 18:9. Proverbs 18:9. And it is for everybody. Consider you have to.
Verse 20 real quick.
Huh?
At 20.
At 15?
15, 20, yeah.
Read 15, 20.
Okay. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom.
Folly is joy to him.
But a man of understanding walketh uprightly.
Uprightly. Yasharal. Right? The upright of Elohim. Yashar. Huh? You want to choose folly as your joy. So you love ruining relationships. You love just not being happy. You love not working, being broke. You love being a bum, as I said. Just a bum. You just love not being in the right place in your life. But then as soon as somebody try to teach you the upright way, it's them. They done ruined your hookup. They done ruined your setup now. You ain't got nothing. So somebody try to give you something, and now they done ruined your nothingness. Did you want to expound on it?
No, I just want to get in the earth.
18 and 9, yeah. Uh-huh. Watch this. Come on.
He also that is slothful in his works is brother to him that is greater, is a great waster.
Ooh-wee. He also that is slothful in his works is brother to him that is a great waster. You know what a waster is? Anybody know? A destroyer. So who's the ultimate destroyer? Hashatan. So what he's saying is a slothful man is the brother Hashatan. Everywhere you go, you ruining things. You causing darkness and sin to come upon the earth. And everybody around you, because you don't want to get right. You don't want to listen. You don't want to hearken. You ain't got no order in your life, yet you want to order people. That's Hashatan. Even Hashatan said, well, I'm going to go up to the heavens and take his throne. The one who created you? The one who showed you the way. That's what you're going to do. And we got people like that. They want the milk and honey, but they don't want to do the work to get there. This is why we had to get killed in the wilderness. And he had to give it to the what? The young and tenderhearted. The ones who were as babes. Joshua. Oh, what he say? He said, but before y'all go in, what did have to happen? He said, I need y'all to get circumcised. I need y'all to leave everything that your forefathers had in them there. There. And that's the same thing with us today. If we so-called the children of light and we're trying to be the best servant as possible, you can't go back to the same vomits that you came from. That's the purpose of us gathering, right? You're supposed to teach me something, or I'm supposed to teach you something. Bless supposed to teach me something, whatever the case is, so we can grow. Not for you to come here and you spill on me your madness. And now I'm confounded. Now I got problems with my family. We supposed to add on because we all got one part. We all got one part. And so, matter of fact, let's go there. Go to verse 24. Watch this. This is how a person proves to be worthy to be in your presence. For all those who work for the Father. This is how a brother proves to be in your presence. Come on.
A man that have friends must show himself friendly.
Must show himself. What does a friend do?
Give his life.
He give his life, right?
Okay.
He has the same agenda as you, right? This is one who is, well, mi casa su casa. What's mine is yours and vice versa, right? Not one who just takes. No. It's a friend. Come on.
And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
Right. And so this is how you start proving people. What can you actually bring to the table? You ain't got to bring the best. What can you bring that actually adds on and not take away? Because already, of course, time is going to take away because we got to get up to par. But what else are you bringing? If you don't know your talent yet or give, guess what your first duty should be anyway? Serve. Serve. What? Okay. Bless what you need. I ain't got much, but what you need? You need me to put the tables down. You need me to clean something off. Huh? You need me to wash the dishes. What do you need from me? I ain't got much, but I got my hands. That's all you need, really? Right? All you need is your hands. But people don't even want to use that no more. Hand to the plow. That don't even apply to this type of generation no more. It's crazy because when you go back to the 50s and the 60s, man had honor. They had self-respect and dignity about themselves. And it didn't even matter what type of job they had. Most people were working in a factory. Most people look down on factory jobs now. But guess who was making the most money back then before the economy really went down?
Trash man.
Factories. Factory jobs. Where you was actually making some good money. But because we slothful and lazy, we look down, I gotta pick up glass and shine it and do all that. But you working at McDonald's. I don't understand. Flipping burgers. Abominable burgers at that. Oh, you got a problem cutting grass? But you already shining shoes. What was the problem? We are looking down on laborers' work. But the Father said he has ordained laborers' work.
Okay.
That's right.
He said he ordained. Believe it or not, he has ordained laborers' work. You cannot be slothful. Now, yes, we're in an economy where it's hard for a so-called black man. But guess what? We are so gifted in spirit today, we always find a way if we actually stay long enough to hear.
Hallelujah.
See, it's very simple. Okay, you want to be an entrepreneur, you ain't really got the capital, go work a good job. Go work a job, period. Make a plan. Get around people who are already doing it. Figure out how you can get out the motion. But to think you about to skip steps, see, y'all so beautiful, he don't allow you to skip steps. Somehow, some way, he'll let you go a little bit, he'll flip you back around. Come over here, boy. Come over here, boy.
You're not done over here.
Yeah. What's the Mortal Kombat dude? Get over here. You ain't about to go far. You may feel like you're going far because it's been some years since you've been on top, but somehow down the line you got worse than where you started at, and you literally here like, damn, how did this happen?
Over in verse 9, where it talks about wasting, is there any way you can look up the definition for like what waster is?
Yes.
You know, throw us off a little bit.
Oh no, you could actually let me pull up the Strong's. 18:9. So the Strong's for waster is H7843. H7843. That's the it's called shakaf. Shakaf in Hebrew. So you can see what waster is there. Let's go to Romans 12:9. Romans 12:9. We got any questions so far? Any comments? We good?
Romans 12.
Romans 12:9. And so I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all the pedigree that Hamashiach gave us. You see, we got a pedigree. We got a standard we must keep in our nation. If you really want to get that glory and that crown, it is a standard that you must abide by. Come on.
Let love be without dissimulation.
What does dissimulation mean? Anybody know what dissimulation means? It's the opposite. It's the opposite of slothfulness. It's to be without hypocrisy. So it says love. Let's put it in this context. Love without hypocrisy. What is it? How can you be a hypocrite with love? How can you be a hypocrite with love?
Don't love anybody. I mean,
By how?
Not showing
getting
it with
your
your
life.
actions.
Not showing it with your actions.
There we go.
Because love, you show love by what? Keeping the commandments of Yah. You keeping the Torah of Yah. And you making sure you do right by your brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So to do anything opposite of love is dissimulation. It's hypocrisy. Right? You can't just sit here and apologize all the time, say I love you. Action must be applied. There's no way. See, that's the beautiful thing about Yah. He said, although my words are given power, my actions speak louder than my words. My words is power, but it's my action that prove my words to be true. You see? Your action define who you are. So if you sitting here and you're using people, you're being slothful, you're not doing nothing with your life, you're showing Yah how much you love his people because you're willing to sit there and rock within yourself. Yah is perfect. He made sure that we was going to work. He made sure that you had to be proven by your work. We think because we read and we keep Sabbath, that's it. He said, you'll know a man by his what?
Words.
His fruit. I mean, you got to do something.
Gotta produce.
You got a family, huh? What you do with your family? You ain't doing nothing, now you a what? An infidel.
Worse than.
Worse than. You see how he made it? Oh, you want to have a family, huh? Before your time. Okay, we're going to see. We're going to see if that's what you really wanted to do. And now look at you. It's everybody's fault except your own. That's slothfulness and that's deadweight. Come on. Keep reading.
Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good.
Abhor that which is evil. Come on.
Cleave to that which is good.
Cleave to that which is good. Is this not made plain?
Okay.
It's very simple. You make this way too hard. Way too hard. Come on.
Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love.
With what?
With brotherly love. In honor, preferring one another.
Preferring one another. What does that mean? You considering those around you. That means you would not put anybody around you in danger. You, a matter of fact, you would rather hurt yourself before to put anybody else in danger. That's a real brother and sister. You're considering everybody, even the children around. Because you got to understand, we all carry a certain vibration and frequency. And in this time, children feel it more than parents. Because they're more pure than us. Let's keep it real. They're more pure than us. So if y'all ever been around somebody, you wonder why your children feel funny around them? They're probably trying to give you a message. They don't probably even know why they feel like that. But they're delivering a message to you. And so we got to be careful of who we allow around us. Because we gotta understand we all have an aura. And I believe every person in this room has a strong aura. A very powerful aura for Yah. And so it will behoove every last one of y'all to be careful who y'all let around y'all. And you know your standard for your family. And I hold anybody come around me the same standard I hold for my family. Any man come around me, I'm gonna hold you the same. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hold you greater. I'm gonna hold you greater because you was actually called to lead, be a watchman, be a priest, king of your house. Whatever your house may be. And so if you're not upholding the standard, by all rights of this word, because I love you, I have to rebuke you and reproof you so that you can be better and I can provoke you to love and do greater works. And if y'all ain't got people around you who really doing that, y'all better consider. Y'all better consider. Because slothfulness is very contagious. You'll find yourself, I'm a witness to it, you'll find yourself, I'm going to tell y'all a story. I forgot what we was doing, but we was supposed to be studying something. And somebody came around, and we probably had been studying for 20 minutes. All of a sudden we get talking, and 3 hours went past. And now we tired. We're like, dang, what just happened? We done lost the whole mojo in 1 minute. And so that's just an example. Not saying anything about that person. That's just an example. You gotta be aware. Honestly, you gotta be aware of the time and season. We in a time where we supposed to overwork. Brother Bless said it best. This ain't a time to rest. This ain't our place of rest. It's not. Only time you rest is Shabbat. Other than that, 6 days of labor. I mean, that say that in Torah. How we miss that? It says 6. You only get 1 day, brother. How you only got 4 days you don't work? 3 days, 5 days. But you supposed to be working 6 days. And y'all willing, he bless you doing for yourself and your nation. But even if you not, if you got a day off from your servile work to massa, you better use that day to actually apply to what you can do for your people. You better be doing more for Yah than your job. So if you're working 40 hours, I mean, you owe Yah 80. That's the truth. Whether you believe it or not, he needs that back. Yeah, I need that return on my investment. I gave you life when you was dead for 20 years. I sent my son to die for you. Yeah, I need that back. Every drop of that. Every drop of that. And he will not settle for slothfulness. He'll get you up out of there quick. Keep reading now. Now watch this. Verse 11.
Not slothfulness is business.
Not slothfulness in business. Say it again.
Not slothfulness in business.
Say it one more time.
Not slothful in business.
One more time.
Not slothful in business.
Not slothful in business. And so what did he say? We supposed to be about our Father's what?
His business.
Ooh-wee! How much work you do? I don't care if you're a babe or not. You still got work to do. You just gotta, you ain't got as much work as the seasonal, but you got work to do. You understand?
Okay.
So you gotta, again, if you know you don't know your talents yet, you supposed to, okay, well, how can I serve until I figure it out? You ain't supposed to be sitting there like, Father, you can just drop some manna for me and figure it out. No, you're supposed to be working till you sweat your eyebrows. Laborers' work is good. It's ordained. Yeah, it sucks that we got to work for the enemy. It do. It absolutely do suck. But the beautiful thing is he gave you an opportunity that you can at least apply some time to you, your people, and him. And so you got to use your time wisely because tomorrow ain't promised. Let me be honest with y'all. And when it's time to press rewind, and you ain't gonna be allowed to say nothing. He just gonna, yeah, remember every idle word you gonna have to account for. Everything, every slothful act you did, you gonna have to account for. Oh, okay, you been in this walk for 2 years. What's different in year one? Oh, you been in this walk for a year. What's different in the first month? Are you really applying yourself? And it's very simple. I promise y'all, it's not hard. We just make it hard. We just make it hard. Oh, you don't want to eat, man? We over here complaining. We want that filet mignon, that shrimp dish in Egypt. We want that cat. You know what I'm saying? Because we just didn't want to take the time to let things be established for ourselves so we can really eat the fat of the land. See, a great thing takes time. Just like business, they say a good business really takes 5 years to really get off the ground. But we need it in 3 months. We need it in a year. We don't want to go through that hard labor. We don't want to go through that failure, them no's, as those who did marketing before. You got to get about 1,000 no's for that one yes to count.
Law of average.
Law, and that's natural law, ain't it? You got to go through some things because when it finally comes, you'll actually be happy you got it. And you done worked so hard and been through it, you going to work your tail off to not lose it. We take this walk for granted. We take this walk for granted. Believe it or not, we a remedy. And we still take it for granted. Why is that? Because we don't understand the history of where we come from. We don't understand the beauty of where we come from. Yeah, Adam sinned, but do you realize you came from the first man on earth? You coming from a lineage of kings and priests. You understand that Yah said that you was the apple of his eye. And you don't consider that? You don't think about the beauty in that? I know for me, I think about all that, man, I can't believe this. I can't believe he has spared me. I get to see this every day, get around beautiful people every day. I'm thankful. Because you know what? Sometimes life got to teach people. You just got to go through the motion. Guess what? I'll be here when you get back.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, I got to keep going, though. You can stay right there at A. I got to go to B and C. When I come back to A to get the lost sheep, if you still here, I'll try to bring you with me. But I can't stay here with you. Because I got work to do. And it requires me to find people like me to do it more. Because somebody got something that I need, and I got to go find it. And I ain't got time to stick around for you to figure it out and hurt me at the same time. Just don't work like that. Keep reading out.
Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation.
Patient in tribulation. Again, you got to go through your trial. You got to get refined. Y'all got to understand, we really was truly born in sin. Ignorantly, we was born in sin. And so y'all has to purge you. All you got to do is stay there. Just for a little bit. Just stay. I promise you it's beauty, even if it hurts. Ooh, it hurts so good. It hurts so good. Because you know at the end of it, you shall receive your reward. Because a lot of the time, all he needs is, he just needs you to go through that so he can bring you to the right man and show you the way.
Yeah.
So that man can now show you to the chief shepherd. There's some people been in this truth for 5 years and still don't get Hamashiach. Because they done skipped steps. They done went from a 1 month in a year to a priest. Who was your father? Who did you serve? Huh? What work did you put in? Whose name are you coming in? We haven't figured that out yet. What does it mean to be anointed? Huh? We got to understand this. We are peculiar people. So y'all need to have a peculiar mindset. Y'all different than everybody else. Everybody else. You just got to believe it. And put that fear out your heart what may happen. Because if it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. If you're supposed to hurt, it's going to hurt. But you got to go through it so you can actually appreciate the lesson in it. That's all y'all want. Like, I know it hurt. I know this circumcision hurt. And I got to take that false skin off just a little longer. I ain't going to put no type of ointment on it to take away the pain. I need you to feel it so you know what I actually just brought you through. So you know that I love you so much that I don't want you to go back.
You're in the covenant now.
You're in the covenant.
Say it.
Mm-hmm. That's the covenant. That's the true circumcision. And this is why Hamashiach had to teach from a different perspective of circumcision, because we lost it here. We just thought it was the natural. We lost it here first. He said, I'm going to pierce your heart. I'm going to pierce your heart. I'm going to take that foreskin off your heart. And so now when you look at the natural, you'll know that, okay, this was the covenant that represented me leaving Egypt.
Hallelujah.
This represents me purging myself from every iniquity that was embedded in me since birth. This circumcision reminds me to never go back and serve other Elohim. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 16. Proverbs 18 and 16. Yep.
A man's gift maketh room for him.
Woo-wee, say it again.
A man's gift maketh room for him.
Is it because he looks good? Is it because he's a young guy? Is it because he's handsome? He got some swagger about himself? No. A man's gift make room for him. What does that mean? It makes a way. It makes a path for him. And anybody who is like-minded will be attracted to that. That's how you start making more covenants. Okay, you actually got something that you could bring to the table. Matter of fact, I can actually help you multiply that, and you help me multiply what I got, and we can just grow further. You see? That's how this works. A covenant is not a one-sided deal. It's two-sided. It's two promises between people that must be upheld. That must be. So the minute you fix your mouth to say, I'm a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that I am a Hebrew Israelite, the minute you fix your mouth to say, you just say, I am in covenant with Yah, and I will do all that he said. Woo. You still a Hebrew? Huh? You still Hebrew?
Yeah.
You still Hebrew? Y'all still Hebrew?
God's will.
Hallelujah, right?
Hallelujah.
So we gonna say that. See the beauty in yourself then. See the power within yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Hamashiach said, what if you believe and have no fear in your heart? What? You should get all the desires of your heart.
Okay.
He gave you the tools to release the power. It's already in you. But because you got doubt and fear, you don't let Hashatan in to wrap his hands around that power and not let it loose. That's why certain demons couldn't get cast out. Because people enjoyed the evil. They loved the covenant with Hashatan. They didn't want to let that go. So if you fixing your mouth to say you a Hebrew Israelite, you're saying I'm letting go of all of Egypt. I'm letting go of everything that my forefathers have put me through. And matter of fact, I'm going to make sure that I make them a greater name. Because that's what a man's supposed to do. He's supposed to leave somebody in the likeness of himself. That's how a man's name actually gets carried on throughout generations. How you think the house of Mikael, the house of Adiah, the house of Blessed may be multiplied? Through sons who carry the name. So what would we call? We would call it the sons of Elohim. So now it's your duty to carry the name of Elohim. What did he say? He said, when you talk to your children, they say, well, why is this happening? You tell them what? This was the day that Elohim brought us out of Egypt and smashed all the gods of Egypt. This was the day he brought his children out of Egypt. Are you a walking example of that circumcision and truly becoming Hebrew? Have you truly crossed over? We got to consider it. We got to consider it. Hop down to verse 14 now.
Okay.
Actually, Read 16 again.
A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men.
You see what your gifts do? But some people got gifts and still don't realize they got the gift. Yo, and sometimes they don't even realize that gift brought him in front of the people he's been looking for his whole life. But because he got the scale still over his eyes, he's still walking blindly. Still with the gift, though. Still with the gift, but he's just walking blindly. Knocking everybody over in his way because he can't see. He already got what he's been looking for. Verse 14.
The spirit of man. You want chapter 19?
18 verse 14.
I go to 17 real quick. I think that text is that's 17.
Yeah.
He that is the first in his own house, in his own cause, seemeth just. But his neighbor cometh and searches him. The lot causes contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a stronger city. And their contentions are like the bars of a castle. A man's belly shall be...
right there. You can start right there. We got to consider the cost, man, who we working with. We got to consider the cost of who we want to let in our mind and our spirit around our children. Because at this point in this season, everything and everybody matters. And I'm telling you, we in the season of 2/3 is getting purged. We are. And if Lot would have looked back like his wife, he would have been destroyed. He would have been destroyed. And so something, unfortunately, we got to let go. Because we got greater things to do. We got greater things to do. And sometimes we just got to treat people like Judases. You're going to self-destruct on your own. I don't even need to tell you how hurt I am. Or what I know you're doing. I'm going to just let you self-destruct. And you're going to be that dog that went back to his vomit. Verse 14, chapter 18.
The spirit of man will sustain his infirmity.
Now watch this. Come on.
But a wounded spirit can bear. Who can bear?
But a wounded spirit, who can bear it? Can't nobody bear that except you. And this is what we got to understand. And this is why we have so much slothfulness in our nation. Because we don't want to face the fact that we broken. We don't want to admit that we got some issues that we got to work out and we don't really know how to fix them. This is why so much slothfulness in our nation. Ain't because brothers ain't saying nothing. There's actually a lot of brothers who are saying something. Hey, do more work. What are you doing for your people? Are you going to feed them? Are you going to clothe them? Are you housing them? Huh? Are you healing? We don't even want to talk about that in our nation. Are you healing people? Are you laying hands and praying over your family? Huh? That's the real work of our Mashiach. Are you doing them things? If not, you need to check yourself. What's it saying? You need to check yourself before you what? Wreck yourself. Because I ain't about to be wrecked with you. Because I got family around here that need me and I need them. And we actually on one accord of where we going. So maybe, brother, you just got to take a step back for a minute till you get right with Yah. Because before you got with anybody, that's who you should have made your relationship with first. That's why I said go through Psalm 51. It tell you how to break down that broken spirit. It tell you how to slice down that broken spirit. Then you could come around people and start teaching and start being the man of Yah you're supposed to be. It's the difference between a man of the world and a man of Yah. It's the difference between being a Hebrew man and a man, period. You understand? So, a wounded spirit, who can bear it? You gotta understand. Who can show me where in the scriptures where a person who did not want to get healed and Hamashiach laid his hands on it and still got healed? You ever seen that? No. You sure? Yeah, I ain't never seen it. You know why? Because the first thing a person had to do before being healed was what? Believe. Come on, man. It's simple, right? It's made plain. Believe. All you got to do is believe. All you got to do is know who your power is.
You gotta know who your king is. Who's your master? You know that, you good. Cause it tells you in Torah what? If a person chooses to get circumcised, you still supposed to love them. You still supposed to care for them. Love them as you love yourself. They tell you that about the stranger. If a stranger had chosen to be circumcised and follow our Elohim, we're supposed to love them as we love ourselves. People can deny that all they want. It's in Torah. In Hebrew, in Greek, wherever you want to go, it's there. It's there. It's a fact. And so we got to understand this. Get this down pat. Slothfulness is dead weight. And it always gets exposed around the light. You know nobody fruit, because if everybody else is on one accord, everybody else grooving and moving in the right pace, and you guys got that one bad apple, bingo. Bingo. And the watchman of the group better call it. You gotta see it. That's your job. You're supposed to be a prophet of your tribe. You're supposed to see things before they happen. We gotta consider. We gotta consider our ways. We gotta consider the cost of having certain people around us. Because it literally can cost you your salvation. Proverbs 6 and 9. I told y'all we're going to go deep in Proverbs today. Proverbs 6 and 9.
How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard?
What is a sluggard? Lazy person. How long will you stay stagnant? How long will you sleep, O sluggard? How long will you stay in the position of slumber? Come on.
When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
He's like, when you gonna wake up? When you gonna see that the grass is really actually green on the other side? But you want that wilderness type of ground. You don't want that milk and honey. You don't want the land that feeds you. Huh? You don't want that. You want that dust and grind, where you gotta just work overly hard and not just work smarter. This is simple. How long will you sleep, oh slugger, you lazy person? I had another name, but I told y'all to shout out. How long? You know what I'm saying? We gotta get out of this slumber. And the crazy thing is, you would think that slumber stopped once you find out who you are. Some of us, it's still here. You just got a taste of it. You kind of woke up, you like half sleep. You know that sleep when you think you woke up, but you're not really asleep. Or you're not really awake. That's the sleep a lot of us in. We kind of see the room, but I don't really know if I'm here. I don't really know if I'm here. Proverbs 20 and 4.
The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing.
Ooh-wee. Read that one more time.
The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold.
Oh, so the sluggard, because it's cold and it's harsh conditions and it's just getting a little hard for me. I'm not going to work. It's cold.
Yeah, that speaks to a person feeling discomfort. Slight bit of discomfort. Saying, I ain't going to do nothing because I'm uncomfortable with that. Can't be that hard.
Right. It's a little too hard for my hands. I need some baby oil. You know, the pretty boy, hey, I'm going to scratch my hands. I need the baby oil real quick. Get them shining. So the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore, Therefore what?
Shall he beg and harvest?
Shall he beg and harvest? Oh! Now you want to eat.
Everybody.
Oh, you want to eat now, don't you? So you telling me you want the food that I planted, even in the cold weather, that now has been plentiful. And now it's time for harvest. Now you got your hand out. Oh no, brother, that's not how this go. If a man don't work, he don't what?
Don't eat.
If a man don't work, he don't what?
Eat.
Come on, man. Brothers, don't let a lot of these, I'm gonna be honest, don't let these doctrines fool y'all. That's saying a man ain't gotta work. You can't show me one person in Torah that did not work. The beautiful thing is they work for themselves.
Even in bondage.
Even in bondage. Hamashiach worked. He was a what? But what was the purpose of him learning that skill?
Learn how to build the house.
To learn how to build the house for his people. Why was the apostles fishermen? Because they need to learn how to apply them skills to their people. That's what we gotta understand. You in this captivity, yeah, we gotta understand and learn some things from the heathen, but take that skill and apply it to your people. You don't just sit there and work for the heathen.
And more than likely, the revelation of your spiritual function is buried within the job that you called to.
Exactly. Exactly. This is why it was imperative to have elders who can actually see what you're supposed to be before you saw it. Not to control you and put you in a way that they think you should go as far as a skill, but to actually release that skill and show you how to release it. So now you can give Yah the glory. That was the whole purpose of Hamashiach being the chief shepherd. You're going to start out as sheep, but then I'm going to graduate you to be a co-shepherd. Yeah, you started out as a fisherman. You started working for somebody else. Now I'm going to show you how to control the net. That, whatever position you're in now, you're in there for a reason, but it's for to apply to your people. You understand? Whatever that is. Stop being stagnant.
The steps of a good man is ordered by Yah.
Mm-hmm.
So from your conception, if you're in Yah, your steps is being ordered by your function, by the things you called to do. And if you abort where he's sending you, you're aborting your calling. Because a lot of those things, we got models and we got types. In Joseph, we seen what he went through. We seen his brothers sold him.
Right.
But what was the setup? First he started, he was faithful over Potiphar's house. You see what I mean? He had to delegate his warehouse, his goods, and then eventually he became the second in command of what? Kemet. Literally over the whole storehouse, he was over the breadbasket of the world. Kemet was the most powerful nation at the time. So when the famine hit, they had to go through yourself in order to get food. So, I mean, the whole economy was ran by a Hebrew.
Facts. And was one of the greatest dynasties.
Was one of the greatest dynasties, based on the wisdom that Yah gave him. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing with Dawid.
Same thing with Dawid.
What he had to start, he started with a shepherd, and then he started as a servant of Saul, and then he became greater than Saul.
Became great.
Because his heart. He knew he just had to serve his purpose in that time. He didn't try to become greater than he was at that time. He knew, all right, this is my place right now. Whatever Yah gives me in this moment, I'll just use that.
Right. And let me say, if I don't mind, these men don't have ambitions to be something. Their ambitions is in Yah. Their ambitions in God's will. It's not, and then they look up and find themselves in that place. You see what I mean? They're not looking to become that. They're just serving in the moment. By serving in the moment, your will and your will is being, your destiny is being willed and forged in the hands of God. Just do. You live in the moment. You be faithful over those things. Okay?
And you know, crazy, and that's what I've been learning, especially over these last 2 years, is trying to do your own will. And yeah, I'm telling you, it's beautiful, especially if you did it long enough, being an entrepreneur, and you kind of got to go back in the field. You know, it could be depressing, it could be stressful, but you got to understand you're actually there for a reason. You know, and I understand that all the skills that I've been through, network marketing, sales, all that stuff, manager and all that stuff, And now I look at it and say, dang, I'm applying it right here, right now. You know? And we're going to go with greater things. We're going to go to greater things. That's the point, is community. We got to be able to, some of us have to suffer so we can be able to put our brother in a better position. Who's going to do it? If you won't, who will? Because Hamashiach only died once. He ain't died no more. Somebody got to die to themselves in this moment. Who gonna do it? Who gonna pay that cost? Because his reward is greater in heaven. I promise you that. So let's get to what was that? Proverbs 20 and 4. Yeah, Proverbs 20 and 4.
The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in harvest.
Right.
And have nothing.
And have nothing. Give me Sirach 40 and 28 here. I got my book. Sirach 40 and 28. Yeah, Sirach 40 and 28.
40 and 28.
Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 40, verse 28. Go ahead.
My son, lead not a beggar's life.
Beggar's life. Read it again.
Beggar's life.
Let's start over.
My son, lead not a beggar's life. For better it is to die than to beg.
Say it again.
My son,
Gracious.
my son, lead not a beggar's life.
Lead not a beggar's life. Come on.
For it is better to die than to beg.
It is better to die than to beg. You were created to serve a higher power, but you was never created to beg. See, that's why I say you go back to the 50s and 60s, man, men had pride. They weren't about to sit there begging. They gonna figure out another way to do it, and they were gonna sacrifice themselves for their family. Well, they had to work 60 hours a week, work weekends. Sometimes the family may not even seen them that much, but guess what? They still was eating. They still had a roof over their head. They just had to do what they had to do in that moment. A lot of us will literally starve just because we don't want to work, and then tell a sob story to somebody who got it. And then you ask for the advice, you get the advice, you're supposed to apply it. Then a week later, you still ask the same question: what I'm supposed to do? Did you do what you was told the first time? Well, you know, I didn't really like how that plan went. Bro, do you got any options? What's your other options? Where else you gonna go right now? And so, it is better for you to just die than you to sit here and beg, especially as a man, especially as a woman. See, I ain't gotta say that about women, because women just naturally got it. I'll be honest, they just naturally got it. They got it. A lot of brothers want to sit in their sorrows. Oh, I'm in captivity. Oh, man. Christ said I will go through this. I just got to serve my time as a beggar. But you know what I'm going to do? The good Lord said I can have a rib who works 40 hours a week. And she can pay all the bills while I go teach the word on how to be a man of Yah. Hey, but that's serious. That's real doctrine going around. That's real doctrine. That's son type of talk, man. Like you a son. You ain't even a son. You a son.
Yeah, man, your son.
You a son.
When we coming home looking at you like, what you do today?
Sure.
We read all these verses.
Y'all rebuked a couple heathens. I told them they judge me. You know, I'm going to get that crown in the kingdom. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to have a bunch of slaves. Negro, you a slave right now. You don't even realize it. But your woman's so humble, she ain't letting you know the truth about yourself. She's talking about you. But she talking about you. She talking to the Father about your butt. She talking to the Father about you. She ain't told her sisters or her coatees. And let her know the truth about your behind. While you see her taking selfies talking about we got the kingdom. like, bro, what's going on?
They ain't even protected.
Damn, bro, what you doing, man? You got hell of lessons online, bro. Where the checks at? Where the checks at, brother?
Oh my God.
I mean, do something. Say something. Oh, man. Hey, let's tell a story. Matthew 25. Let's tell a good story. Bring this thing around. We're going to go to Matthew 25. We're going to read verses 14 through 30. So bear with us. Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30.
Let me get a cane when everybody there. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. His goods.
Good. Come on.
And unto one he gave 5 talents.
Who is a man? Who is a man from a far country?
Yeah.
Hamashiach, right? Hamashiach is that man who came to a far country. So now let's put that in perspective. Come on.
To another,
Start 15.
and unto one he gave 5 talents.
He gave 5 talents to one. Come on.
To another 2,
Mm-hmm.
and to another one. To every man according to his servant ability.
Watch that. See? He gave you what you're able to do. This is why the scriptures say what? Don't go beyond your understanding. Don't go beyond your will. He's going to give you what you're actually able to do. And this is another problem because we be trying to put a lot on our plate and we're not ready. But nobody ordained you to do that. Nobody made a way for you to do. You did that yourself, and you deemed yourself a chief. You've deemed yourself a captain of 5. Nobody did that. You did that. And so now you come to a place where you don't know how to handle the portion you've given yourself. You've bitten on more than you can chew. And then somehow you can say, Abba did it to you. Boy, I tell you, man. Abba ain't do that to you. You did that to yourself. Come on.
To every man according to his servant ability.
Mm-hmm.
And straightway took his journey.
Right.
Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same.
Right.
And made them other 5 talents.
Mm-hmm. So he doubled what he got. Right? Come on.
And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2.
So he doubled his too. He doubled his portion. Come on.
But he that had received 1 went and digged it in the earth and hid his Lord's money.
So you hiding your gift that Yah gave to you to give back to people. He gave it to you to go into the earth, to multiply that. He gave you life. He gave you your identity. He gave you your heritage. So you can show people and multiply what was given to you. But you want to hide it. You don't want to let your light shine before the earth. You don't want to multiply what he's giving you and do your part and your portion. Because we got to understand, when we hide our portion or our part, we're crippling those around us. You got to understand, we are all one body. We're one body. Guess what? If I got my body, if my thumb stops working, I won't be able to really balance myself on my hand. But it's just a thumb, right? If I break my wrist, I won't be able to balance at all. No way. If I hurt my knee, I can't walk. And now guess what? Everything is disabled. My hands and everything. I can't even twist a certain type of way because now it's going to hurt my knee. And so we got to understand that what you do or what you don't do affects everybody. Affects everybody. And you just got to be honest with yourself and say, if you know you ain't there, just separate yourself. It's better for you and everybody else around here. Because maybe you just need some time with Yah. Just figure it out. And that's honestly, that's okay. That's totally fine. But don't try to force your slothfulness on everybody else. Don't do that. Because there's people out here got some real work. Everybody in this room got some real work to do. Everybody in here is very special. Even the children. And can't nobody cripple nobody. Because we got too much. We in a season where time is moving quickly. We're in a season where, I don't know about y'all, but the spirit is really starting to move every time it's a new feast. Right? I mean, what spirit is getting stronger every feast now? It's getting stronger and stronger. We was talking about, I think around Trump, we somehow knew that it was a new month. We was on one accord. Just recently, we was in the same like-minded spirit of understanding the creation now, how it works. And so that's how you know you're in the right frequency, in the right vibration. Because guess what? When you on that accord and somebody come around who ain't on that, you be like, damn, wow. Why I'm angry right now? Why I ain't getting done what I'm supposed to be getting done? And that's when you gotta take a step back and just look around. Okay, well I was doing this before, so what changed? Guarantees the people around you. Guarantees something going on around you that you wasn't circumspect about. So brothers, we gotta be the watchmen, the ones who oversees. Shoot, women too. Sometimes they see stuff before we do. Facts. So brothers who got wives, you gotta consider, okay, let me not be stuck in my own stubborn ways. Let me not be the man right now. Let me just hear this out. Because that could save your life. Okay? Let's keep going.
After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with them.
Okay, so now these servants come to reckon with the one who wanted to hide. What? Get your stuff together, Op. Come on, we got work to do, Op. We know the kingdom coming. Why you being a sluggard, Op? Why you allowing your damaged goods to hurt us? This is the reproof and rebuke that we got to go through. I'm telling you, it's better for us to do it to each other than y'all. It'll behoove you if you see somebody going off. Have a conversation. I ain't saying you got to just, with brother, sharply rebuke them. No, hey, I'm going to talk to you. I've been seeing some things going on with you. I want to make sure everything cool. Make sure everything all right. Because this is what I'm seeing. You doing a little different thing, or I don't see the progress going on. So what you need help with? That's the reproof and rebuke. That's how we build each other up. Everybody's accountable for everybody. Believe it or not, whether you single in a family, you're accountable for everybody. Your children as well. Right? And tell you in scripture, the children are the base of the parents. They're the base. Because a lot of times, who do Hashatan come for first? The children. They come for the weaker vessels. He can't get the children, who he going to next? Wife. He dang sure know he ain't about to really tempt the husband. He gonna get up out of here quick. He gonna run. But he'll use, if he can get through those levels, he'll use. So everybody got to be on all cylinders on one accord. Because a man's house shall fall if he ain't. Because guess who gets binded up? The strong man. The strong man gets binded up. So the strong man got to make sure everybody's strong that's in his presence. Whether you is actual blood family or just family like this, you got to make sure everybody's strong. Because the slightest infiltration, what it said, if it's a piece of darkness in the body, the whole body is dark. Consider the cost of who we talking about, who we bringing around. Keep going out.
And so he that received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Hamashiach, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant.
We want to hear those words. Well done, thy good and faithful servant.
Thou hast been faithful over a few things.
Over what?
Over a few things.
Over what?
Over a few things.
He's only going to give you what you can do in your ability. We make this too hard and try to make excuses of why we slothful. Slothfulness is dead weight. It cannot be around. Because you're going to think your house is built upon a rock and all of a sudden you sink in the sand.
Let me speak to that reckoning. When he said he comes in verse 17, verse 19, when he says, after a long time the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. Reckoneth is dealing with accounts. Receipts and accounts.
Ooh-wee.
He's coming as an accountant. He's bringing his books. And he's basically saying, I'm opening the books right now. And I know what I gave everybody, everything I distributed to everybody. Now I want to give an account. I need a return. Now I'm looking for what you've done with what I gave you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And now you got to give an account of what I gave you. So he's coming in as a businessman. He's coming in as a person who is saying, I gave you things to do. Or I gave you something to do, the thing I told you to do with what I told you to do. And now it's time to give an account to everything you did. Or didn't do. So he's dealing with the books now. And that's what he's doing. You'll see that he's measuring against what he gave everybody and what they did.
Well, that's what's going to be right at the judgment.
That's
exactly
books. What it's going to be. He's going to open the books. He tells us, what did you do with what I told you, what I gave you? You see what I'm saying? This is business. This ain't personal.
Right.
Yeah, we get caught up in the feelings of y'all. But at the end of the day, he cannot lie.
Okay.
Right? So he gave gifts, talents, you see what I'm saying, and promises. And based on those transactions is how he's going to deal with us. It's not going to be, mushy, feely feel. It's like when the books open up, it's like, all right, he'll tell the angels, bring the books.
Okay.
Because those are going to be testimonies. See, we get blotted out of the book. Yah is so good, he starts everybody in the book.
Yep.
And then they get blotted out. They get taken out of the book. But to be fair, everybody starts in the book.
Okay.
Okay? So we get an opportunity. But we are going to give an account of our lives, the lives of our children. You see? The lives of everything we do, because Yah he's a businessman. And he's a king. But he's also what? An austere man. He's considered austere. He's serious about his business.
Okay.
Go ahead, Axel.
Hallelujah. And so, let's keep reading on that. Read in verse 21. Matthew chapter 25, verse 21.
His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
So he said, you've been faithful over a few things, right? But I'm going to make you. You see that? You can't make yourself great. It takes somebody greater than you to do that. Right? To build you up like that. You can't do it yourself. And that's a lot of what's going on now. That's why it's a lot of camps, a lot of assemblies, congregations whose houses are built on sand. It's not rock solid. There's no foundation to it because it started out by the very person who probably started it out of order. Because that person didn't fix whatever was going on with him before he did that. Be faithful with a few things, which is what? Get your life together first. Get yourself together first before you start dealing with the sheep. Because now when you start doing that, you've caused a great offense. Because now I got to put them to death because of your behind. You see the effect you have on people if you ain't doing right? That's why it's hard, man. It's hard to be in this position, teaching, whatever you want to call it. Eldership, it's hard because the cost is greater. It's greater. Brothers with families, it's hard. Because now you gotta guard them sheep with your life. And if you failed them, you have failed ultimately. That was a man's job, to be fruitful and multiply. It wasn't just talking about that. You're supposed to multiply your wife and make sure she's great. Her duty wasn't just to multiply your seed. And she does that naturally great. But she was supposed to multiply whatever the assignment that Yah put you on. She's supposed to help multiply that. But because you ain't start, she can't even go. You want the fruits of who labor? Everybody else labor except your own.
And the truth reality about this particular parable is that all those servants that were wise were only given talents, they knew what to do with it.
Yep.
They knew application of it. So they understood not only what they had, they understood how to use what they had. That takes a whole nother level of understanding and comprehension. See? So you're speaking to wives. A skilled man has to understand the virtues and the talents of his wives and his children.
Okay.
I mean, he has to know, he has to study them. And he has to know their function and their possibilities. You see? He has to have the insight and the vision to see. You see? So he has to understand the things that's been given to him. It's not just saying I got babies, I got children. No, it's like, okay, you study and you observe. Okay, I see, I see the spirit of Yah moving on her or him in this way. You know what I mean? But you got to have that ability to walk with the Most High, because you're in tune with Him, and you're seeing that these things don't belong to you per se. You just you're a steward over them. Okay.
He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things.
So you see, he's telling you you've been faithful. He hops you over to rulership. You see, it's just like a sales management position. You start as a trainee, and then they say, "Oh, you do this for 3 to 6 months, you can hop straight up to manager." It's the same thing. What you really want, which all men desire, some type of rulership. He said, "You go get it. Just be faithful with this small thing first. Show me that you can be good with this and multiply this actually, and then I'll actually put you where I need you to be, where I actually ordained you to be. I just need to see if you can do this little part first." Okay? Come on.
Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I know thee, that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. Say that correctly, right? And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth.
Was he really afraid? No. He was lazy. He was a slothful man. A slothful servant. Come on.
No, there thou hast that is thine. There thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant.
What type of servant?
Thou wicked and slothful servant.
So this wicked and slothful servant. So because you want to have that stagnant to slumber, you're still wicked. Because you're not here for yourself. You're not here just to have a good old jolly time. You're here to do the Father's will. Period. This is not our rest. We actually get the fruits of our labor in the kingdom, believe it or not. Yeah, we get some perks in this life. Because he said, he did say that. We'll get some perks in this life. But the real reward starts in heaven. Or the kingdom on earth. You understand?
No, just like you just brought out that wicked and slothful, according to the scriptures, are synonyms. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna move forward but at least be still enough to hear Yah give us our sign? Or are we just gonna be still and just let time pass? Because even sometimes working a regular job can be slothful. Because again, you're supposed to do what you gotta do for your people. It talks about that in Ecclesiastes. Right? Man who, pay his bills, He work all these long hours and he come home and he good. He said what? Vanity upon vanity. He understands. See, we working for the man. That's our punishment. We're not really supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be using the talent he gave us and multiplying that on this earth and giving it back to the nation. You understand? You're supposed to give it back to the nation. Period. You working for the man anyway. He said, yeah, we're going to thirst for him. And all things. Job, food, clothing. Yeah, we're going to do all that. But that didn't mean just be slothful and just do that. You got to do more than that.
Yeah.
Like, that's chaos to think we're going to work regular jobs. Just read. Talk about all these great men. These profitable and entrepreneur men. And then teach our children to go to school and get a job and use your job to pay for that loan. What's the point of reading this book if we ain't going to apply it? If we're not going to apply the liberation of this book, if we're not going to apply the success to this book, why read it? It ain't just about sitting on the corner reading scripture all day. That's part of it, yeah. Every nation has an army. But you're supposed to take that to bring sheep in and let their talents loose. Let them see the beauty of entrepreneurship and working for self in the community. Because think about why we talking about building a community if the goal ain't to work for ourselves? We're gonna build a community just to keep going to work and we be miserable. Now we gotta bang each other out because we ain't got nobody else to take it out on. The goal is to be self-sufficient and rely on Yah in all things. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Matthew 7:21. Let's look at the will of the Father. Matthew 7, verse 21.
Let me get a cane on everybody there, please. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
So not everybody who profess with their mouth to believe in his book, not everybody who profess their mouth that they believe in Hamashiach and the Father, all them people will not go enter into the kingdom. But what does it say? This goes again. He's first talking about these people who just speak alone. Who just speak alone will not enter into the kingdom. But then he said, who will enter into the kingdom? Come on.
But he that doeth the will of my Father.
Now he talking about do. He went from, these people just speaking. Yeah, it's a lot of speakers around here. It's a lot of people just speaking scriptures, but not really applying it. So these people who just speak talking about Lord, Lord, shall not enter the kingdom. But those who actually do the will, what does that look like? He said feed the sheep, right? How many times you have to repeat that to Peter? Feed my sheep. That ain't just talking about physically, that's talking about spiritually too. Go feed the homeless. Be a father to the fatherless. Protect the widows. Heal people. See, these are things we really don't talk about in this nation. I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't.
Yep.
We profess with this book that we know this, but we're not applying these 5 components. Think about it. Most brothers in Israel, and I get it, most brothers in Israel talking about, man, I ain't about to be no father to no children, ain't mine. Hey, Hamashiach dealing with your behind. And you filthy. You filthy. But you can't show a young man who may have a brighter future than you if you just give him the keys. You can't deal with him. Yet y'all deal with you and your madness. Huh? Oh, you can't deal with a broken woman? Did you ever consider who broke her? Because it's probably the same person who broke you, which was your parents. Oh, you can't feed the homeless because you good. You sitting up in your little castle. Got your little matzah bread boiling. Got your lamb and your wine. But you can't take the time to feed those who ain't got it? This is why I don't care if it's raining. Shoot, it's raining on them too. Difference is I can go back home. They can't. So I'm gonna be out here with them. I'm gonna be out here with them. Let's get her done. So that at least they can feel the love, and maybe we can strike something in their heart to say, you know what, I don't like being out here. Huh? How many of y'all just spend time talking to them? Or just asking people, how you doing today? That question right there can change somebody's life. You don't know what people think about suicide, robbing people, killing somebody for whatever hurt they've been through. See, we got to consider this, man. It's people actually out here hurting. But we out here as Hebrew Israelites condemning everybody. And we have not yet removed the mote out of our own eye. Come on, we got to do better, man. We doing a lot. I mean, it's slothfulness, then you got slothful work. Slothfulness, then you got slothful work. It ain't getting nowhere. It ain't changing nothing. Those who do my Father will.
Man, I speak on that will. I mean, I think sometimes we miss it, and we think because we're following a cookie cutter style of doing ministry, we think, or whatever it is, we think that if we all putting on our Hebrew garments and we all saying and doing the same thing. But remember, we just read in Romans, every man is called according to his servability.
Yep.
So just because you gotta know what your purpose in Yah is, it's not enough to just be assimilating to what you see other men doing. Okay. Are you actually in the will of Yah, serving according to your servability?
Right.
Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? You see what I'm saying? What if you're just called to do helps and just feed people?
Facts.
But you think you're supposed to be a teacher?
Right.
See what I'm saying? What if you're thinking that you're supposed to be, just because you're a gray-haired man, you are supposed to be literally an elder over a tribe or a congregation? You think just because you're an aged man that makes you fit, or you called to actually serve in that capacity? What if you're not called to serve in that capacity?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe you're called to serve as the neighborhood watchman.
Ooh-wee.
You know what I mean?
Ooh-wee.
Just to watch the young men and deal with other elders where you're not actually dealing with somebody.
Okay.
And we're going to see in the next verse that he's very specific about people are going to be doing things, saying, yeah, I'm doing all this in your name, but are you doing my will? Are you specifically doing my will?
Okay. I want to bring, you just brought out a good point. I want to read this verse real quick. It just came to mind. Go ahead. Proverbs 6:6. Watch this. That was a good point.
Hallelujah.
Go to the ant.
Go to what?
Go to the ant.
Go to what?
Go to the ant. Thou sluggard.
Thou sluggard and what?
Consider her ways.
Consider her ways.
And be wise.
Why do we have to consider the ant's ways? Believe it or not, the ant is the most hardest working insect. And they're selfless. They move as a body.
They have no will of their own.
They have no will. Not even the queen. Not even the queen ant.
She's subject to her nature.
And this is why I tell people, go back to creation. You want to see how we should be? Go to creation. Why did his father compare Judah to the lion? If you really look at it, look at brothers who, from tribe of Judah. Is their house not really set up how a lion's house is set up?
Okay.
Facts, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Most of they women working harder than them. But he's a protector, and that's okay. That's what woman is created for, to nurture, make sure everybody good, including, look at Proverbs 31. She was a lioness. She was a lioness. If you look at it, if you compare a lioness to that Proverbs 31, she is a lioness.
Okay.
Going and getting the food, making sure everybody is good, is cool, even the servants, right? Nurturing the young. Making sure her husband, what they call it, the pride rock, making sure that his pride is renowned. Right? But all along, she in the back scene doing a lot of work. And this is why brothers got to be compassionate and understand, because women got a big role, believe it or not. They got to deal with a lot of our madness.
just so there's no contradiction in what's being said. And why I'm saying that, because we just address men not doing their job, not working, not doing whatever. And some men take that out of the scope of like using the line, well, I'm just here to serve and I'm just here to protect.
Nah,
See what
I'm
I'm
thinking
saying?
that.
No, these men, these lions, they make sure they guarded their parameters, their territory. They had work to do. They hunted as well with the women. They came and made the kill shot.
Yep.
You see what I mean? Victorian order.
Okay. Hallelujah. Let's go to Matthew 6:21. Matthew 6:21.
You came and everybody there. For where your treasures is here. I mean, your treasures is.
Slow down. Read it again.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
For where your treasures is, there will your heart be also. And so wherever you want to store up treasures, that's where your heart, that's where your focus is going to be. That's where your mind is going to be. And so this is why we got to consider people around. What is your focus? Huh? What's your main objective to be in this walk? Huh? Are we aligned in the same purpose? We got different talents, but are we aligned on the same purpose, which is what? To receive the kingdom. And if we not, then we gotta talk this out, because somebody gotta go. Somebody got to go. Because my salvation can't be on the line for you. I love you, and I want to see you do the best. And I want to see you strive. But my salvation cannot be on the line because you want to be slothful. Where your treasures is, so will your heart be. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Matthew 12:50. Matthew 12:50. And this is why this is where we see who our ox or our sisters are. Come on.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father,
Whosoever shall do the will of my Father, what?
which is in heaven, the same as my brother and my sister and mother.
Right. That's who your kinsman is. That's who your family is. Those who do the will. Yeah, we love our people. We do. But that don't make you my brother. That don't make you my sister. That don't even make you my elder. It's what you doing with what Yah's giving you that makes you my kinsman. Period. That's a hard pill to swallow, because we even got to consider our family. Our family can put us in a bad position if we allow them to stay around too long. It hurt, but it's the truth. And you got to consider those even who may be on the same line, but we'll allow their family to come around. You just may have to take a trip with them until you understand that this walk ain't nothing to be played with. And if you're willing to put your salvation on the line, that's cool and all, you a good person. Yeah, we got the same mind. But you're not understanding my Father's will. Because you won't be the first person who has left their house, who have left their husband, who have left their wife, who have left their child, who have left their parents for the kingdom of heaven's sake. Period. And it hurts. But this life, until we get right, was meant to hurt. We got to get refined. So what are you willing to let go for salvation's sake? We're going to end it with Ephesians 5. Ephesians 5:14. Ephesians 5:14. Go ahead.
Wherefore he said, awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead.
So he said what? Awake those who were asleep, and arise from your dead slumber. Why?
And the Mashiach shall give thee the light.
So now he's going to give you your talent. He's going to give you your purpose.
Okay.
All you got to do is awake. Awake from your slumber. Awake from this fornication system. Awake from this. And then you won't receive your light. Come on.
See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Don't walk as fools. You know what to do, but you don't want to do it. You know you got to get right, yet you want to still dance in your folly. No, you supposed to come in here and walk wisely, not as a fool. Come on.
Redeeming the time.
What?
Redeeming the time.
Redeeming what?
The time.
What time? The time that you spent in the world. This is why you can't waste no time. Because you got to make up for the time that you wasted in the world.
Hallelujah. God mercy.
If you're only 23 years old and you just got this truth, you ain't got no time to waste. You better make haste. Because you don't know when the day of the Lord coming. Period. And by the grace of the Most High, He died for our sins. So when you got in this thing, now you got a clean slate. But He ain't forgot though. He did not forget. Because if you don't do nothing with what the time He's redeemed you with, all that's going to come right back to remembrance. So I woke you up for you to go right back. You prayed for this, but now you're doing the opposite of what you prayed for. It makes no sense. So He says redeem the time because the days are what?
Because the days are evil.
It's growing evil and evil, right? Every day grows darker and darker. The time is getting shorter. He said that. He said the days will get shorter. Knowledge shall increase in the last days. He gave you the signs, or you're not seeing rumors of war, nation turning against nation. We got children now making videos prophesizing about dreams they seeing. We got the heathen making videos about who the true children of Israel is. Everything you prayed for is coming to pass. Everything in the writing is coming to pass. Now, why would you waste this time knowing you see these things? Because you know what? You think y'all is a joke. You think he a fun boy like you. You think his grace is that well that he will turn the other cheek. Huh? Scripture say he ain't getting no man license to sin. No man license. So you need to come in here redeeming the time because these days is getting darker and darker. And guess what? If your light not getting brighter and brighter, your butt gonna blend right in. And he ain't gonna even notice you. He just gonna start slicing and dicing. He ain't coming back with peace. He come back with a sword. Come on.
Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding
Right.
what the will of Hamashiach is.
Period. Period. Be not unwise, but be understanding of the will. And what's the whole will? What's the whole duty?
Keep the commandments.
Keep the commandments. Keep the commandments and what?
Live.
Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. So, all praise, man. All praise. So, that's it for me. We got any comments? We got any questions on the lesson? So, it's a floor open.
Hallelujah.
Let's
Actually,
talk.
that's not so much a question. Scott?
Nah, I was just saying, merci non. Shit, actually, merci.
That's what's up. Nah, good. Most definitely. You gotta understand that slothfulness is probably one of the hardest things to overcome. Slothfulness is not always just literally saying I'm folding my hands and I'm being lazy. It's burying that talent, just like you said. You know what I mean? Not wanting to do what the will is. Y'all may be easily telling you, hey, sit back, it's time for you to learn. That's that one talent. I don't want you out there teaching. I don't want you saying anything. Be faithful with that thing that I gave you. But no, I know where you have reaped where you have not sown. You are austere, man. So this isn't what I want to do. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to bury this talent and get back to doing what I want to do.
Okay.
You see? And then whether it's to have fun, whether it's just to have pleasure, whatever it may be that's driving you or compelling you to become disobedient. You know? Because in Yah's eyes, only thing that counts is what he tells you to do.
Okay.
He's not into our own self-righteousness. He says your righteousness is as filthy rags. If you go about establishing your own righteousness, you know, Abraham believed Yah and what? It was counted to him for righteousness. So we must believe once we know what Yah is telling us to do. You know, then we know what that's what we're supposed to be doing in order to establish that righteousness with him. You know. So again, good lesson on point. You know, and that's what it is.
Hallelujah.
I was gonna say, these lessons are always kind of refreshing. I think a lot of times, I speak for myself, you can get real comfortable with just thinking you're a good person, you're trying your best, you've read a scripture or two today, you know what I mean? Like you can get really comfortable just thinking that you're doing enough. But when you're really thinking about it, like we're running out of time, and hopefully we get just a tiny bit close to what Most High is looking for. And like you said, if we don't know what our purpose is, we gotta really focus on like, what is that? And if we don't know what that is, then serve. Like that's a good, cause some people are like, well, I don't know what to do. Honestly, you may not really know what to do to serve the Most High, but everybody know how to serve. So I think that's a great, I thought it was a great topic, just because I know for myself, I can get very comfortable with days go by. Every time I look up, it's Saturday. You know what I mean? Like the weeks just fly by, and then if I look at what I did the past week, the last month, the last year, did I do better? Am I better? Do I have any fruit? Like you gotta really think about it. So it's a good refresher to just get back in line, because we run out of time, and he coming. It's coming.
Okay. Anybody else?
I actually love this lesson, and like you said, love is an action word. So I'm gonna put this lesson into action. You know, and I like how you said tomorrow's a new day, so don't dwell on yesterday. So everything was good. That was a great lesson.
Okay.
Great lesson. Yeah. Okay.
I appreciate the lesson today. One thing I took away from it is sometimes like we want to make an excuse saying, well, we're in captivity, there's certain things we can't do. But then when you look at the life of Joseph, you know, he was in captivity. And, you know, just by him staying faithful, no matter what the situation was, he still came out on top. You know, so it's just it's more of an action, more of a, you know, constantly, regardless of what situation you're in, you don't have an excuse to kind of rest on your laurels. So, you know, that was definitely something I took away from it.
Okay, hallelujah.
In addition, if I may add, we have a pattern with Noah, right? Noah had to play an active role in his salvation. He had to build the ark. God gave him the schematics, gave him the material, which to go chop. He had to go make pitch. He had to go and get different materials to build the adhesive that was going to keep the wood together.
And he had to do it for years.
40 years. Years. You see what I'm saying?
He had to know the exact size.
He had to know the exact size. He gave him schematics. God gave him everything, but he had to use his human effort. You see what I mean? He had to actively use his human effort. Yah could have easily probably just materialized the ark. Right? But no, what did God say? No. He said, this is everything you want. He said, you, your sons, your wife, and your daughter, and your sons' daughters. Get to work. Build this ark. So Yah didn't do Noah's part.
Right.
Noah had to do his part. Noah found grace in the sight of Yah, and that grace that saved him was the blueprint, was the material, and as well the will, to follow the faith, to actually believe I'm gonna build this big giant ark in the middle of dry land, looking like a fool.
Now, I think the key thing in that is you'll see, if you really pay attention, y'all don't do nothing until you've done enough. And actually come down and do something. And that's what we miss it. Like we even in this walk, we think he's just supposed to do everything. We just do a little bit. No, we got to do a lot more for him to come down and really do something. So if you wanna go with the prophecy of 400 years, which is passed multiple times depending on which date you going with, you know, you know, and why hasn't he come back yet? You gotta consider your ways. Have we done enough?
Okay. How we did the last thing we were told.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Did you do your first works? We always got to go back and finish what we didn't do. You're not skipping a step. You're not going to do it. Now imagine if Noah did not like believe Yah, and the rain came. It goes back to that old story. Hey, you know what I'm saying? The plane went by, man was drowning, the boat went by, and you know, he's white. And then the whole story, y'all know the whole thing. But why didn't you say it? But you know what? Noah had to literally believe God. Like, something's telling me, you know, that this is what I have to build. And this is what I have to do. And he had to have a family that would work in unison with him. That had the belief that their father and husband wasn't going crazy. You see what I'm saying?
One person was tripping.
Because one person tripping, you know what I mean?
Different
And don't believe, they were getting mocked.
Right.
For years.
Doing this thing.
50 years in.
Yeah, they was getting mocked. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all crazy. I mean, bruh, we can't even imagine the trees they were lugging. You know what I mean? Noah more than likely started this project when he was a young man. You know what I mean? And so, bruh, so just think about the humility and the shame that came with having to believe the Most High said, this is what you got to do. And this is where we all, and then Mashiach tell us, those days will be as the days of Noah. You see what I mean? So we must be industrious. We must be in the will of Yah and understanding that he's given each and every body of believers, whoever they are, and Yah willing, all of them have wise elders and wise guide, and that is submitted under the power of the Ruach that understands these principles that are about Yah's business and his will. Because if we're not building our own individual arcs, we're not going to be saved. We're not. We're not. Because Yah gives us purpose, and he gives us the equipment, the tools, the talent, the talent to actually build and play a role in our own individual salvation. And what's so beautiful about it, he'll put you and accompany you around other people that have the same ruach, that has the same spirit pulling and driving them and compelling them to go in that direction. That's going to meet, that's going to have oil in the vessel, that's going to meet the bridegroom. Not sitting there waiting with her house shoes on like, yeah, that nigga go come to me. You see what I'm saying? She's sitting there like, I'm a queen and I'm just going to sit here and yeah, I deserve a good man. No, she had to be in a mindset, in a position in her mind that was diligent and about being ready and being prepared, that when the bridegroom came, she met him. She ran out to him. So that's what that salvation should look like. It should be active. You should be actively engaged in your salvation. Good lesson.
Anybody else?
I just wanted to say, for me, this really pointed out Yah's sovereignty. His sovereignty in placing us exactly who we are to be in, where we are to be in, the time we're supposed to be in. And all of us have a role to play. This also brought out community for me, because I think we saw over and over in the scriptures where it said that someone's going to prove you, to be proven. So community is beautiful, and isolation really shows that, the spirit of fear would be working hard, like to get people to kill purpose, to kill ingenuity, to kill, when we all get together, we all create a vibe that causes people, it's contagious, it causes people to be about that action. The spirit of fear would love to get us away from that so that we could So it could be completely stomped out, so that you go, oh, I'm a good person, or I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't kill anybody. But it really just showed me that, we have to be proven. And in his sovereignty, he's going to prove all of us to the end. We all have a part to play.
Honestly, too, also, it made me think of, too, you mentioned at the beginning of the lesson, too, man, just like faith to get you in the door, but you got to have faithfulness to keep going. That's that, when you talk about playing an active role in your salvation, like, you talking about Abraham believed, and it was reckoned unto him righteousness. He got that, credited to him. But he still went and did everything that he was supposed to do on top of believing. Just what got him where he needed to be. So, like you said earlier, man, that really speaks of what does our faith really look like in the Most High. You know what I mean? If we really believe, then we will go harder. And not just in ourselves, not no self-motivation stuff. If you believe in Yah, if you mentioned you seeing prophecy come to pass. Are you serious? You see a prophecy come to pass, you got busting a move? What you mean? It ain't that real for you?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that hit. You know what I mean? That's real.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anybody else?
I would say that this lesson brought out a lot of scriptures that we've read this week that I thought were very good points to bring up again in the study, and I thought it was a good blessing.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praise.
Baby.
Anybody else?
One more thing. That was a good lesson, and I know it led blessed to saying that wickedness is synonym to slothfulness. I did not know that. They're the same word. I didn't know that. Right? So wickedness is synonym to slothfulness. That's crazy. So you could be the most righteous person, got all the good words, but if you're just slothful, you're still wicked in the Most High.
Because if you call it to serve and you slothful, then you know what I'm saying? It's synonymous.
And that's when you understand that no matter what your talent is, you was first called to serve. Serve your time for your sin, and then just serve to prove, are you ready to rule? That's it. Servitude is nothing it's nothing but a process to see if you're ready to be put in the place I actually called you to be since the foundation of the earth. We was called to have dominion over the earth. But now because sin has come in, now I gotta prove, you gotta go through that, what's that hiring process. You gotta go through that hiring process, make sure you fit for the job. Because if I put you in here and you do anything, you changing my name. You know? And so we just gotta consider, like, I don't care if you don't know your talent. Serve. Do more. Like, that's it. You ain't gotta have money to serve, by the way.
Exactly.
You ain't gotta have money. Whatever your tribe is, your ministry, whatever the case, there's people out here need help. Go have a conversation with somebody homeless. You know, just see what they need. Well, why are you out here? And give them a good word. Guess what happened? That might change their life. And now all of a sudden your blessing is now raining down upon you.
And really, service is about being where you're supposed to be at the time you're supposed to be there. That's what serving is. Purpose. Being where you're supposed to be. You know, that's it. It ain't that complicated. It's only complicated because our will is sometimes is contrary to Yah's will. So often we find ourselves in places doing things, you know, and usually that's what sin is, it's transgression. You know, it's going contrary to God's will. You know. So it gets easier the less your will is bent towards your own will. It just gets easier.
Anybody else?
You said like you can't skip steps, you know, because most people they think they're going by life, and you know, like you say, you ain't gonna put no ointment or nothing like that. You're gonna have to take that pain, so you understand, you know. And I think that's key, you know what I'm saying, because he wants you to remember the pain, not so much the process of the pain, you know, so you gotta go through to remember, like, okay, I see why that was so important. So I want to return back to where I came from. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay, hallelujah. All right, so with that we say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.